at Trump for 2024. The New York Times Siena College poll shows Trump's support from young and college-educated Republicans declining. 64% of those 35 and under said they would not vote for Trump in a primary. 65% of college-educated voters also said they'd choose another candidate. And the U.S. has a new poet laureate. Ada Limon is 46 years old. She's an avid award-winning poet who authored 6 books of poetry and also hosts a podcast called The Slowdown. We'll get a look at your drive with Kfi in the Sky right after Sports with Wayne.
The Dodgers lost by a lone run to the St. Louis Cardinals, but manager Dave Roberts was actually pretty cool with the team's offense.
I thought we played a heck of a ball game, and I thought offensively we were good. We had a chance to win the game. Unfortunately, we didn't, but how we went about it today, still something I think we're still playing good baseball.
Final score 7-6. Game 2 today at 4:45 with Tony Gonsolin starting. You can listen live in HD on the iHeart app. Just search for AM 570 LA Sports in the app. The Angels home opener against the Astros ended in a 6-5 Halo loss. That series continues today at 6:38. It'll be Shohei Ohtani starting. I'm Wayne Resnick, KFI Sports.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got another sunny, warm day ahead, slightly warmer than it was yesterday. So highs at the beaches will be in the low to mid-70s. We'll make it into the mid-80s for Orange County and Metro LA. Mid to upper 90s, even maybe a few triple digits for the valleys in the IE, and that's basically your forecast for the rest of the week. Let's get a look at this drive, this time on the 210 in Irwindale.
Got problems for you just around 10 on the westbound side at about the 6:05. Major crash, there's a carpool lane shut down. That's causing massive delays first thing this morning as you're making way westbound along the 210 coming down to St. Demas and Glendora from the 57. 10 west is an alternate. Not looking all that much better for you getting out of the Covina Santa Rosa Avenue through Baldwin Park as you make way toward the 6:05. Westbound 60, it would be busy for you out of Chino as you make way from the 71 into Diamond Bar to the 57. Further westbound on the 60, though, looks pretty decent. Just a bit of a slowdown for you approaching the 6:05. KFI in the Sky helps get there faster. I'm Nick Poliokini.
Declare your independence from the electric company.
I listen to our electric bill, we keep going.
So if you want to do something I can do, Semper Solaris is your local veteran-owned solar and battery storage contractor.
We just said we've got to be different. We got to keep our word. We have to do the right things for the customers.
Work hard and keep your word. That's what we do every single day.
The savings are better than what I expected.
My last bill was actually a credit.
In my experience, I would go with Semper.
And I said, I want the A-team, I want the best. This was the A-team.
From the beginning to the end, they have been the best.
Semper offers new AC systems with a lifetime warranty and new roofs with a 50-year warranty. Go solar American style with Semper Solaris. 0 down, 0 payments, and 0 interest until 2023. Get the federal 26% solar and battery tax credit. $500 on loadable coupon. $500 off for military, first responders, and healthcare workers. Call 877-211-5591.
For all offers, call or see website for details. Offer expires 7/1/2022. DSW number 978-152.
Staples is your one-stop travel prep destination. Right now, when you purchase any travel service like passport photos, you can get 20% off your purchase. It's joy only. Offer ends 7/31. See staples.com/travel for details and exclusions. Just travel ready at Staples, the working and running store.
Home prices and home equity are at all-time highs, but that won't last forever. Before the Fed hikes rates again, and they said they will, convert your home equity to cash, pay off high interest debt, or create a safety net for the unexpected with a strong home equity loan, HELOC, or cash-out refi. And Strong Home Mortgage can close in as little as 21 days. Call 1-800-CASH-OUT or visit 1-800-CASHOUT.com. 1-800-CASH-OUT. Your equity unleashed.
Strong Home Mortgage LLC and MLS number 1675638. Loans made or arranged pursuant to a California financing law license regulated by DFCI. Loan subject to qualification. Equal housing lender.
Summer is here. Be sure to keep your family and loved ones safe from infection while you enjoy your time together. Visit your local COVID clinic and get a PCR or rapid result test. Visit one of their safe and clean facilities near you. Life is for living. Book a test at covidclinic.org to keep the party rolling. covidclinic.org. Are you planning on selling your home? Hey, it's Dean Sharp, the house whisperer. Can I give you some important advice? Don't throw away your home's true money-making power by settling for one of those quick cash deals or selling as is. Settling is not what we do with our most valuable asset, and it could cost you tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Instead of settling, talk to the good folks at Revive Real Estate. Revive has a revolutionary renovate before listing program that maximizes the value of your home, but takes the stress out of pre-sale renovations. It's quick, it's easy, it's zero out of pocket, and on average, home sellers like you gain an additional $200,000. Let me say that again. On average, sellers gain an additional $200,000 in profit when they use Revive.
There is a right way and a wrong way to sell your home. The wrong way is to settle. The right way is to talk to Revive. Get all the value out of selling your home at revive.realestate. That's revive.realestate.
This summer sales event can save you up to $50,000 off at DDRV.com. Factory sponsored savings on RVs, travel trailers, fifth wheels, gas and diesel motorhomes, new and used. Everything's on sale at DDRV.com.
Enjoy deep-freeze savings on ice cream at Whole Foods Market. Take 25% off ice cream and frozen treats through July 19th, while supplies last. Plus, Prime members save an extra 10%. See more on the Whole Foods Market app.
Termite problems? Search PacificCoastTermite.com or call 800-PACIFIC.
For official rules and more information about contests on this station, go to KFIAM640.com/rules.
KFI AM 640. The news, what it means, why it matters. KFI AM 640, Bill Handel here. It is a Wednesday morning, July 13th. It's a good fun show today. Coming up 9 o'clock, 9:30, we're going to do something I haven't done in 10 years on this show. And something that started from the first day I started here at KFI. And I'll do that at 9:30. Surprise, surprise. Yeah. And a couple of personal stories I'm going to share with you this morning, too. An airport story and a board and care story where elderly people are being placed and how much it's costing us. So there's a lot going on. Let's continue on with Handle on the News with Jennifer, Wayne, and me.
Well, big controversy coming out of the January 6th committee. They are saying that former President Trump, tried to contact a witness who was in discussion with the panel about the investigation. Here's the thing. There's a couple of questions I have. Number one, was at the time that the president called this person, who did not answer, by the way, they did not speak, was this person a witness or was this person a potential witness? That's number one, because there's a massive difference. Number two, since that person never took the call, we have no idea what Trump might have wanted. We're assuming that he wanted to dissuade them or persuade them or something wrong. But we don't actually know, so what is the evidence that could be used against Donald Trump as to this incident right now? That you made a phone call to a person that you may or may not even have known was communicating with the committee about maybe testifying.
It's so minuscule when they have on audio tape him calling the Attorney General of Georgia saying, "I want you to find votes for me. I need 11,000 votes." That's on tape. So no, I don't think it's a big deal. But I tell you what, the January 6th committee is coming out is describing through witnesses, Pat Cicciolini, for example, his former counsel, that Trump was completely unhinged, totally unhinged, trying to overturn the election, where all of his, except for Sidney Powell and Rudy Giuliani, every single other person was saying, you're out of your mind, effectively. Stop it, and he didn't care. He was going to overturn this election come hell or high water under any circumstances. And I mean, he was frothing at the mouth. I mean, it was like he just brushed his teeth and didn't rinse his mouth. There was foam coming out of his mouth. Maybe it's a little exaggeration, but I think that's closer to the truth than not.
I'm actually going to pass this off to the Vision Tech expert who's sitting in this morning on the show. Twitter is suing Elon Musk because Musk doesn't want it anymore.
Yeah, buyer's remorse is what Twitter is claiming. They filed a lawsuit yesterday afternoon, $44 billion deal that Musk wants to back out of. It's kind of a new corporate raider tactic, maybe, who knows. Look, they gave him everything he asked for, allegedly. And he, by his own admission, says he didn't read the executive summary that came with it. Like there's probably reams of data, and he obviously has teams of people to look at this kind of stuff and analyze. And at the same time, there's an executive summary that comes in. We talked about it on Wake Up Call. It's basically like the introduction or the preface to a novel or a nonfiction book, and he just didn't read it. And he already said he didn't do that either.
Well, we talked about this. There's things for specific performance.
which is a lawsuit that a college who specifically performs. It is a legal concept, and the specific performance here is you must specifically perform the sale as it was written at the price it was written. Just because and Musk is looking at the possibility of buying a company that's worth $30 billion for $44 billion. That's a bad deal, by the way.
Oh, okay. Quick math on that one. But 54.20 per share, right? Went
Down to 30.
Yeah, right. So there is something here as far as.
But he's trying out buyer's remorse. Too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad.
You go too late.
Yeah. Well, you remember the White, inmate Casey White, and the prison guard Vicky White, no blood relation there, just a coincidence. And he escaped with her. She honestly helped him. And they were finally caught. She apparently took her own life rather than be apprehended by the cops. Now the authorities have charged Casey White with felony murder in her death. Now, is it a felony murder? Now, I don't know where they're going to go with this. Because what evidence do they have that contradicts the evidence that they have that she killed herself? Well, I think the question is simply going to be, felony murder rule generally, if you and an accomplice and you're committing a crime and one of them dies, the other one can be charged. I think the wrinkle here is simply dying at her own hand. I've never heard of that. Covered by the felony. And I assume the felony here was the theft of a car. When they ran, I don't know what felony. Maybe the estate. Maybe the estate. Really no. But have you ever heard of the felony murder rule being attached to a suicide? No, I haven't.
Are they going to somehow say that he coerced her to help him to get out of prison? They got out, they were on the run, and he then somehow convinced her in the car to also kill her.
Good luck proving that. But does it matter? He's serving a 75-year prison sentence. Okay. So he probably is thrilled that he's been charged. So at least he has a respite from going to prison. He'll be in trial, he'll be transported, he'll be in holding cells, he'll be able to talk to people. Hey, bro, what are you in for? You know, that sort of thing.
Do they do that? Do they really do that?
Yeah. I'm assuming they talk to each other in the holding cells. Why not? Why wouldn't they? All right, we're coming back. Let's finish it up. But first, here's Jennifer Jones-Lee live in the KFI 24-hour newsroom.
Survivors of last week's mass shooting in Heron Park, Illinois, plan to march on Washington, D.C. today. Activists will join survivors to urge a federal ban on assault weapons. They are paying over $24 million to 116 former players who say they're struggling to pay their bills. These former players played 3 or more years, and at least with the combined years in the ABA and NBA, never got invested NBA pensions. And teams have returned a 2,000-year-old relic that is supposed to contain the blood of Christ. The precious blood of Christ golden shrine was taken from a church in Normandy, France, June 2nd. Police believe that they have stole the relic after locking themselves in the church overnight. It's Flow on the 405. We'll find out why in just a moment.
If you're looking to get out of your house, prices are about as high as they have gotten, but they're going down. So maybe it's a great time to bail. You can hire a real estate agent and get the paint and clean and repair, and you pay 6%, and potential buyers walk through your house and can't be at home, and the place has to be spotless and do it like that. So I'll tell you another way of doing it, which makes a lot of sense, and that is going to directbuyers.com. No commissions, no painting, no painting, no buyers walk through. Directbuyers.com. You're paid, you get sale price for your home. You get paid in cash within 10 days or less. Locally owned companies, Janet Matt, W. Sister, they're constantly on System 286. They'll give you an honest, no obligation offer, even a $15,000 cash advance before closing. And they'll never lowball you, ever. Go to directbuyers.com. Call 844-2427, directbuyers.com.
From the driveway.com weather center, we've got a sunny day ahead, a little bit warmer than yesterday with highs from the low 70s at the beaches to right at 100 inland. This report is brought to you by Amtrak. In the Southern California Theater Dealers Traffic Center, let's go places like the 405.
Everywhere right now to the Denver end of the island, southbound side coming out of Mission Hills off the 118. 405 southbound going to be slow going for your drive. As you make way toward Nordoff, this is up beyond that. Giving a possible problem for you on 405 south near Rockville Boulevard, a little further southbound. Some roads bouncing around in the 2 lanes. So head to that side and then further southbound on the 405. You'll see delays again from the Forest Summon Way, and that does remain 60 heavy for your drivers to continue to public path heading towards Betty Center. KFI on the sky helps get there faster. I'm a follower of you. Avoid the hassles of travel when you ride Amtrak. Long lines? Nope. Airplane mode? Forget about it. Middle seats? Never heard of them. Get to your destination the relaxing and easy way. Stress-free summer. Just an Amtrak away. Book now at Amtrak.com.
This report is sponsored by Whole Foods Market. Enjoy deep-free savings on ice cream at Whole Foods Market. Take 25% off ice cream and frozen treats through July 19th while supplies last. Plus, sign up or save an extra 10%. See more on the Whole Foods Market app.
Did you know 60 operators can save 27 to 90 gallons of water per day? Even tiny leaks can be huge water leaks. Conserving water starts with a few simple water-saving options at home and in your yard, like adjusting your sprinkler and adding drip irrigation so you water only where it's needed. We can all do our part to conserve water. Visit SaveOurWater.com for more water-saving tips. Save water, save California.
A year long. They know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 38,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit Uline.com.
Hey, it's Steve Sharp. I am so proud of my solar company, Sunlight. Not because they're a sponsor, but because I happen to think they're the best solar in town, and I'm not alone in that thought. When Tesla went looking for a company it could trust with its new solar ecosystem, Tesla chose Sunlight too. Now Sunlight has their panels, the patented mounting system, and yes, the Powerwall battery. It's the most advanced solar in the industry, and it's all waiting for you at Sunlight.com. That's Sunlight.com. PSLB 1008379.
Hey, Zach, what are we going to do if someone needs their drain cleared?
I'll send the drain technician to clear your drain for just $80. $80 is a great price.
Are they going to use a drain cable?
Yep, an extra long 30-foot.
Ghetto Air Conditioning and Plumbing. GOE TCF. Hey, you ready for the beach?
Yeah, I got my sunscreen and sunglasses ready to go. So let's go fill up the cooler with Captain Drink from Stater Brothers. And try not to forget the ice this time.
Stay cool this summer with Stater Brothers Market.
Millions of kids in America depend on the meals they get at school. When school's out for the summer, many of those meals disappear. Kids and teens can get free meals right in their neighborhood, provided by local schools and community groups. To find the nearest meal site for your children, just text the word food to 304304 or go online to nokidhungry.org/help. No questions asked or registration required. This service is made possible by No Kid Hungry.
For adults, we're going to make decisions that adults make. Don't make bad decisions.
But the ones making really bad decisions, like the guys that are running away from the cops, there's no amount of PSAs in the world that can help those guys.
No, stop with the preaching. Damn.
It's really irritating. These people come on the news and tell you what to do every single day. Every day they tell you what to do.
The Tim Conway Jr. Show.
Just shut the F up.
Weeknights at 6.
Maybe listen to those PSAs. Live on KFI. Morning Crew, Wednesday, July 13. We sent a candle on the news with Jennifer, Elaine, and me.
All right, gentlemen, it's time for Do They Have a Case? In this case, does she have a case? There is a woman who is from Florida. She's disabled. She claims Southwest Airlines staffers refused to help her in going down a jet bridge in a wheelchair. And that because of that, she suffered catastrophic injuries after falling over. So she says she asked someone to push her wheelchair down the corridor. And apparently, the Southwest Airlines employee, whoever it was, the supervisor in this case, said no, somehow declined to help her. So she said she was forced to navigate the jet bridge on her own. She was then doing that, was thrown from her wheelchair, landed on her head, and is now paralyzed from the neck down, according to this suit. Does she have a case?
Let's talk about the underlying facts. My guess is, knowing how airlines work, I've been on enough airplanes, you're in a wheelchair, and you cannot ask for assistance. There is nobody waiting for you. And so you have people that are unloading the airplane, and all of a sudden, can you help me? And, well, I'm kind of busy right now and dealing with everybody else. Let me call for assistance, is what would normally happen. Don't know the underlying facts here. And it's going to take a few minutes because they have to figure out you haven't arranged it. So she's up by herself, rolling up by herself, going uphill the ramp. You got those bumps, and she took a spill. And my guess is, all things being equal, I would guess there's a factual issue here. That is probably the case, because it doesn't seem like an employee of an agent of Southwest who does, no, I'm not going to help you. No, you're on your own. No, you move your own damn wheelchair. I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't. So, we'll see. My guess is, no, there's not much of a case, because she voluntarily decided she's going to roll up, and she's in a wheelchair. She knows there's bumps there. You know how the skyway has, the sections, and there are bumps. And it's not easy. So anyway, I guess not.
Get excited.
No, you're on your own. Roll your own damn wheelchair. And if you fall, that's your time. If you fall, that is so hugely entertaining. Who's going to call the rest of it? I mean, the argument is, how far is the guy a bastard, right? All right, let's move on. U.S. roads are becoming more deadly for people walking on them. A report by something called Smart Growth America, in conjunction with the National Complete Streets Coalition, said that pedestrian fatalities increased 4.5% between 2019 and 2020. So that's already a couple of year old data. Also, with a 4.5% increase, does that stop you? No, people are driving faster. They're texting more than ever before while driving. And as you would expect when you look at the demographics, black people, Native Americans get nailed more than deer. Would you guess there's a racial inequity component to this data about pedestrians being killed by cars? Well, there may be a racial difference, but no. The argument would be, depending on the demographics, blacks walk more than white. And you can do it based on that socioeconomic issues. And then what do you make of it? According to this study, black pedestrians were twice as likely to be struck and killed, and Native people more than 3 times as likely to be struck and killed than white people. Now, is that on reservation, where no laws are enforced to their sovereign countries, and certainly when it comes to traffic laws, I understand, but do they enforce them, and how many cops are out there, and how many cops stop people? Yeah, I mean, there's obviously a lot more to this story. But then again, we're very good at just throwing headlines at you and saying, here's the story, believe it or not. Thank you very much. One more thing. Yes or no, is California in the top 10 deadliest states for pedestrians? Oh, interesting. I'd say no. Is it? Yes. We are in the top 10. Southern California? No. Here's what's interesting. In terms of metro areas, Bakersfield, Stockton, and Fresno are in the top 10 metro areas, so it's up there and a little bit inland that's ruining it. Yeah, well, I would guess that Southern California, LA, wouldn't be, because it's a car town. Very few people walk relative to the population. However, if you walk, you will die.
Wow. So much for being healthy.
There you are.
All right. Starbucks is closing 6 what is called high incident locations across LA. Listen to these locations though. First in LA, and that's inside the DoubleTree. Second in San Pedro, Hollywood and Vine, Hollywood and Western, Oceanfront on the Santa Monica Pier, Santa Monica and Westmount. One thing that these locations, all I started thinking about have in common specifically is usually there are a lot of tourists in those areas, and you have a lot of homeless people in those areas. Those 2 things combined, I could see how there would be high incidents, even though they're not specifically saying necessarily what the definition of a high incident is, other than challenging incident.
Doesn't matter. It's a company that shut down whatever it was. Next story is kind of fun. Can we just jump to that?
Sure. Absolutely. If you ever go to Disneyland, you have a fun day, and then you forgot where you parked your car. Well, wait a minute. You might know the lot that you put it in, but you don't know the row or the well.
That's a ride. The Find Your Car ride at the end of the day.
It's not a fun ride. That's a walking around for a long time.
Right.
Yeah. They are adding a feature to their app, the Disneyland app, the Walt Disney World app. You have choice. You have three choices. One choice is to not use this feature at all. The other choice is to let your phone automatically log your location where you park your car, and the third option is to put it in yourself manually. But the bottom line is you will be able to have your Disney app tell you where you left it.
Which is brilliant.
But you don't have to, so privacy people can just be quiet about it because you don't have to use this functionality.
Right, and then naturally there will also be people who just hack in there and know exactly where your car is and where you are and break into your car. It works out well.
Oh, nice. Ruined the whole thing.
My job.
Can we go to number 17?
Sure.
Three guys are charged with a scam. They say that was a scam to sell ill-gotten handwritten lyrics to several hits by the Eagles, including Hotel California. And I think Duke Kid in Town is one of the other ones. They're Life in the Fast Lane. They are the real handwritten notes of Don Henley. They are genuine. The issue is how did these guys get their hands on them? Because as they went around trying to sell them for $1 million, I'm sorry, I like the Eagles and I get it, but some notes that Don Henley scribbled, how is that worth $1 million? No offense, Don.
Yeah, it's pretty well.
But in any event, every time there was a completely different story. Oh, his assistant sent them out sometime. Oh, the writer Henry took them and gave them out. Oh, he left them backstage at an Eagles concert and somebody picked them up. Oh, somebody who had worked for the Eagles gave them to us. So they're looking to see if they stole them.
Coming up, we talked about what happened inside of the Robb Elementary School in Uvalde. Video has been released, and it is far worse than it's been described so far. And I'll explain. That'll be a timeline, and it's just brutal. This is KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. You can listen to KFI everywhere. Like you haven't noticed. KFC HD2.
Los Angeles on time.
Live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app.
It's up. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. LAPD more so far this year. There have been 199 homicides. Moore says the department got new funding that will allow them to staff a violent crime task force.
That will be able to augment our uniform patrols with the presence and activities that we see, whether it be instances of commercial robbery, or street robbery, or violence.
Moore says year to date there have been 13 officer-involved shootings, 8 of which involved people with ghost guns. 7-Eleven has recommended stores in LA closed for the last 2 nights because of a 5-hour crime spree that killed 2 people. Riverside police officer Ryan Railsback says investigators learned the man robbed